Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. In this video we're going to be looking at how you can beat the Who Dares Heated Throwdown event and get all 15 stones, get all the missions done, all of that. The main thing that you're going to need to do is we're going to do this in 2 shots. We're going to do this with a Goku family team, and then we're going to do this with a Vegeta family team. I'll have everything bookmarked so you can find it, and let's jump right into it. Now, I'm going to have the rotations there as well if you want to follow along, and support memory, friend lead, everything. How this event works is there's going to be a 4-phase fight. The first phase is always going to be versus Daima, Mini, Goku, and Vegeta. Your next phase will then be versus one of 2 units, so that'll be either Supreme Kai Mini or Glorio. And then the next phase, phase 3, will be versus either Piccolo, Mini, or Tamagami number 1. And then the final phase, phase 4, will be versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. It's totally random which ones you get. You just play and you get given what you get given. So that is the first phase. Is nothing really to stress about. You should burn through that quite quickly, and the main thing with the missions are getting it done with the Goku family and a Vegeta family. The other missions are things like get it done with a Super 3, get it done with Super 3 difficulty, get it done without a support item, so we won't be using a support item, and you do need to do the super difficulty separately as well. I'm not going to cover that because that's much easier. You can run the same teams or just a super strong team, your strongest team that you have, to blitz through it quickly. But here is Goku's family, and we have been given the Supreme Kai that we're going to be fighting against. So I'll cover both bosses for each phase, just so that you know. Supreme Kai's main shtick is that he locks character switching every single turn. Super annoying. If this really catches you out, bring a what do you call it? Sorry, a Senzu Bean. Dragon Ball lore, bring a Senzu Bean that will nullify that. Obviously that will also not get you the support, use no support item mission. If you're trying to do everything in one shot, that will ruin that, so you might just have to work around it. Can get unlucky, maybe do a couple. We might have to do another run if you really get unlucky in his supers. Supreme Kai will also -3 ki from all of your units. He disables attack and defense reduction, and he nullifies super attack ceiling effect. So that is how he works. He's not crazy. His super is still 3.25 million, so he can catch people out. Do watch out for that. And yeah, the most irritating thing about him is his locking. Now, if you instead get Glorio, his main thing is going to be that you receive a 150,000 damage per AGL key sphere you obtain. So you'll see that the AGL key spheres have the little bombs on them, and they will do damage to you. He disables attack and defense reduction, grants immunity to being stunned, and nullifies super attack ceiling effect. He has more health than Supreme Kai, and his super hits a bit harder as well at 3.5 million, but he does not stun on super like Supreme Kai. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that. He doesn't stun on super, and he doesn't lock either, so not as bad. Moving on to the next fight, you will either get Piccolo, Mini, Daima, or you will get Tamagami number 1. Here we got Tamagami number 1. He's gonna have 200 million health now, 3.36 million super. He stuns on super as well, guaranteed, and he gets attack plus 25% with each turn passed up to 100%, and defense plus 25% with each turn passed up to 100%. He disables attack and defense reduction, and he grants immunity to being stunned. So his main thing is that he will generally always super in slot 1 and stun your slot 1, which can be super irritating. I think he's not guaranteed, but that's where I saw it the most. And yeah, can be pretty annoying if you're putting Goku in slot 1 there and you're wanting him to do most of the damage against the physical typing, and then he gets stunned and you can't do anything. So yeah, might be worth putting someone else there who can hopefully take the super. Now, if you get Piccolo, his thing is going to be that he nullifies super attack ceiling effect, and he evades enemies' attacks as well, which can be annoying. He grants immunity to being stunned, and he disables attack and defense reduction. His thing as well is that he does a 4.2 million super. He has less health, but he hits harder, quite a bit harder than Tamagami. So if he supers you, you're going to be taking 4.2 million damage, so just watch out for that. And that is going to be the 3rd phase fight, either against Piccolo or Tamagami. Health is ramping up now, normals are ramping up, and supers are ramping up, so they are going to start hitting quite hard from this point onwards. Now you'll see with the 10th year anniversaries, we're starting to put them in slot 1, switching Tech Goku for Tech Vegeta, who's more tanky in slot 1. You can also use AGL Goku, who in slot 1 will have a really is 80% chance to dodge, so that can be very useful. Don't activate their actives just yet. I would always save their actives for the final part of the fight. You're gonna need that to try kill Goku or Vegeta quickly, so just try to save your damage and your actives for the end of the fight generally. Once we get to the final part of the fight, let's go ahead and activate all our actives, pop all the actives that you can, do as much damage as you can. You are either going to be fighting Super Saiyan 4 Goku Daima or Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Daima, the anniversary headlining units, and they both do different things. They're both very strong, so let's get into it. Goku is going to have 600 million health, and he's going to be doing 800,000 normals. He will do a 2.8 million damage super, and he has another one, 2 different types of supers, a 2.4 million super as well. Now, he gets a attack plus 50% when a Vegeta's family category character is present, but he does get a damage reduction rate of -5%, and when there is a Vegeta's family category character present, and that is twice, so he can get up to -10% damage reduction, which is great. Now, Goku will perform a crit when attacking, which means he's going to be bypassing some of your defense, some of your damage reduction. We're not sure how much, but he does bypass a percentage of it, so he can hit quite hard. He disables attack and defense reduction, he grants immunity to being stunned, and he nullifies super attack ceiling effect. So he can be quite tough. You're going to want your big units here ready to do damage, save your actives for this part, activate everything. I can see we're going into Super Saiyan for Goku here for the extra damage reduction support for any giant 8 power unit, so that is very helpful, especially for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Even more tanky he'll be in slot 1, and then you pretty much want to just wail on Goku. He doesn't have too many more things that he'll do. He's not going to be ramping up or anything like that. You just need to kill him, and that is pretty much it. So do as much damage to him as you can. Read your units and just swap into different units that you can for reversible exchange. See who's going to do more damage, and then yeah, should be good. That should get your Goku family done, and that will be great. Now, if you get Vegeta, let's go over Vegeta as well here quickly. So Vegeta is going to have more health. He'll have 800 million health. He will have the same amount of normal attack. His supers are 2.8 million and 2.4 million respectively, same as Goku. But now Vegeta gets attack plus 50% with each turn passed, up to 200%. So that can be quite nasty. And defense plus 50% with each turn passed, up to 200%. So he does get tankier. He gets attack plus 10% when a Goku's family category character is present, and he gets a damage reduction rate as well, -5% when Goku's family category character is present. So if 2 are, you should get a -10% damage reduction rate on him. He disables attack and defense reduction, grants immunity to being stunned, and he nullifies super attack ceiling effect. So that would be if you were to get Vegeta. You'll have basically his difference is he doesn't get as big of a boost right out the gate, and he doesn't crit, but he will slowly ramp up to 200% damage reduction, 200% attack, which will pretty much be that he's at nearly a 9 million super, 8.6 I think it is, 8.4 million super eventually, so plus a 10% for a Goku's family. So he will start hitting quite hard as well later on, and he has more health than Goku, so a little bit harder to kill, I would say. But yeah, after all that yapping, that is pretty much how the event works, how everything works. I know it is quite confusing, and there's 6 bosses and 3 phases and all of that, so it's understandable if it's a bit confusing. And I've kind of packed the graphics already, so I didn't want to do boss graphics as well because it would just be way too much information on the screen. If you really are struggling with this, just check your teams and maybe drop a comment if you want some suggestions on teams. This is one of those that if you don't have the team for it, might just also be worth going and looking at the Dokkan Info event so that you can see kind of when damage is coming, what's going on. But a lot of that is actually just in the game now as well, which is great. If you just see the boss flash up between each turn, should be showing you what's going on. But I'll probably leave you guys there. I don't think there's any need for me to explain the same thing over the Vegeta's family run. I've got the rotations up there as well, and we'll move on to that now, just so that you can have a team for Vegeta to get Vegeta's family done, but that should also get all your other missions done as well, and give you a nice juicy extra 15 stones. So thank you so much for watching, and I will check you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye.